right, welcome back to the channel. All right, I know some of you, almost all of you, are probably tuned in specifically to see Cassie Lang. If that's what you're interested in, check the timestamps in the description. You can jump straight to it. It is an amazing fight by my alliance mate, Chris, and I'm very excited to show it to you. Now, if you want to see the Titania and Nimrod fight, to want to know a little bit about this war and learn from that, stick with me. We're going to have a lot of fun. Now, SSX, as you know, we got off to a really hot start, then a cold spell in war, and then we got to this one. I don't remember, I think this was the war right after the one was canceled, or right before. I don't exactly recall. The timing is starting to get a little bit off, but this is one we can learn from. New, exciting, fun stuff that happened here, right? And SSX, we're starting to get some wins. We're starting to get going. And our plans to come out and feeling very good. I had shared a lane with someone, and then all of a sudden my line chat starts blowing up. My phone, my watch, all the alerts, and they're like, Vega, is it possible for you to move backwards? Now, fortunately, I had logged on and I wanted to use energy to get my energy re-going, but also to help my alliance move farther. It was up to the first like mini boss, right? I think it was a Zemo, if I remember correctly. So I had done nothing but log on, move directly there. I only had to make one choice at that point in time, and that was early. And I was like, yeah, I can move all the way back to the beginning of section 1 on the left-hand side, where you split to lanes 1, 2, and 3. And they're like, we need you to take lane 1, which had obviously not been my assignments. Now, fortunately, and we'll talk it through on these fights, they actually were the easiest fights I had, but they needed this to happen. Otherwise, I don't know what would have happened to us, but we would have had a whole lane just missing. There was a mishap. There's a lot going on in my BG. So here we go. As you know, we've been showing a lot of Titania. If you're like, you have? Yeah, check it out. That's in the playlist for this channel, this war season, and also my rank 2 Titania. And this is the node where I believe the defender will be getting the reinvigorated fury and then that personal space regen. The whole plan with this was, I've got a rank 2 7-star Titania. I am massive boosted because, again, these weren't the fights that I was intended to take, and also we really needed to win. We're at the end of the season. There's no reason to hold on to anything anymore. And this is another really cool part about Titania, but amongst all the other awesome things we're talking about is I'm just gonna heavy. I'm gonna power start 1 because I want to get to my SP3, and I'm going to heavy and get those staggers up. Look at that, we already have 3 staggers. So anytime those healing buffs try to come on, it's just not gonna happen. Yeah, the defender's getting a little willpower healing, that's fine, right, from the debuff. I'm very okay with it. As you can see, we're doing very well. And then also, it looked like I was maybe even a little late there too. I will admit, I was a little bit nervous. First time I've been nervous in war in a bit now, because of just the circumstances. But it also canceled out her unblockable from that special, which was really, really nice. And we were able to use our haymakers. As you can see though, Tiger's health pool, not big. 7-star, rank 2 Titania, all the other things we've talked about with her so far. Get her MF and chair. Kill this Tiger. I'm pretty sure she dies on the SP3. And there you go. So even though that wasn't assigned for me, I mean, that's a pretty ideal matchup, right? It just happened to be the team I already had. Can use those staggers. They do a phenomenal job. Heavy's fine anyway. Going to get to our special 3. Made it a little bit faster by using our advanced power boost. As you can see, I was feeling very good. I kind of went into this with the mindset of, I don't really care. I don't need these to look pretty. I just want to solo these fights. And once I kind of understood them and really thought through the fights themselves, I recognized, I'm not going to hide the ball. Those were this last fight and then this fight right here were the 2 easiest fights I had, right? Once I really got an idea for it. So similar thing here. We got this masochism over time, this reinvigorated fury. We've got a Nimrod. You can see I have the power back boost on. I intentionally wanted to have the advanced power boost, which I used for the other one to get closer to my special 3 or faster to my special 3. And here we go. This will ultimately be the fight. I'm just going to get to my special 3 as quickly as I can. I will get into the orange phase. Can't remember what that's called right now. Eradicate or something like that. And I'm going to use that to remove those prowess. That's also charging me up. I'm getting these nice shocks on this white Magneto. This poor little white Magneto. This poor little guy. He's dead. All right, so now we're going to actually move to the harder fights. And I didn't think that it was going to be open, but when I got there, it was. I'm already massive boosted. And I was like, okay, I did a couple quick duels. I'd done these fights in theory before. I knew them. I just wanted to jump straight into them. So America Chavez. Now, you've seen me take her on that upper right mini boss, which is, you know, depending on how you look at it, maybe a harder node, but this has the prowess build up unblockable, power snack, 1 too many hits. So I just got to be mindful, if I want to be, of that power sting. And then Titania is buff immune. This is a huge thing. And so I'm just going to go in this. I'm just going to play Titania as best I can. I'm going to bait special 1s from this America Chavez. I have another Titania video coming out very, very soon. I've been doing very well in Battleground, so I'm excited to get some videos out on some of these champions. And I can't remember if this was the America Chavez or the one in Battlegrounds. I think it was the one in Battlegrounds now. But as you can see, and the really cool thing is the Power Sting is healing me up. I don't need to be throwing my specials if I don't want to. And then if I really want to, right? Because Titania with her haymakers is going to go indestructible, unblockable, all those delightful things. I could throw the special when I have that. I prefer not to push America to the SP2. I don't think I do it in this video. I feel quite confident. It's going to be in the other Titania video that will be coming out. Yeah. And so I'm just going to work my way to the special 3 here. We'll continue to bait these special ones from America. There's no reason to hurry this up. Now, if I really felt the need to hurry, right here is where I could have myself go indestructible, unblockable, and all those things. But it's a relatively risky play that you don't need to do, as I'm saying all of that. And I'm going to do that. I'm going to throw my special 3 and finish this fight off. So you can do it. You can have a good time. And I think just being aggressive. I like the idea of Titania as being aggressive, but not insane, right? Use that indestructible, use how hard she hits, use all those things to your advantage. But you don't want to be insane because you can't get in trouble. And we've talked about that in some other videos. But I knew I'd be able to finish off the fight once I got there. That's why you saw me shorten my combo and that sort of thing. It was just ensuring the special 3 finish off the fight and that sort of thing. So we're good to go. Now, moved on to this is the Ebb and Flow Intercept with this Kitty Pryde. Now, I've been fighting Kitty Pryde. Remember, I took Nimrod. I think he was one of my first rank 3s, one of my first rank 4s. I've been telling you how amazing he is. You know, Kitty Pryde, he's phenomenal for that. You've seen this before. Kind of going over the abilities real quick to remind myself, I haven't taken this in forever. I mean, I was in 4 Loki, and Kitty Pryde was like a kind of tricky defender a little bit. And it was like, this Nimrod guy's got this on lockdown. You just want to get to your orange phase as quickly as possible, right? She doesn't have prowess. She can't do anything to you. She's not going to phase or anything like that. Remember, if she does, bait those SP1s, get her throat, make sure it hits you, you block it, and then wait for the phase to end. That's a way you can kind of get into trouble there and you're good to go. But you can see, and then I'm just going to try to get the intercept, which she was happy to do. If not, I would have gone unstoppable, let her hit into my block and finish it off. But she played kindly into my light intercept there, my backdraft intercept, and Kitty's down. So again, I'm just going to get through these fights. I don't care if I have to use items. I don't care what I need to do. I just want to get these down for my alliance. Get some positive momentum going in my BG, and we'll get through this. So here we go. Now we're going to go up for this Ebb and Flow Intercept. Absorbing Man, you've seen me take this fight before. Hopefully you saw it. It was that one was against a rank 5 Absorbing Man. So when I got to the lane and I got to the fight and I saw it was a rank 4, I was like, okay, we know how to do this. The whole concept here, now I did butcher, I remember I butchered the explanation of the fight in the previous war video that I did on this. The whole point for me is in this fight is I'm not worried about my debuffs falling off. Titania doesn't need them to stay on. Yes, they're helpful. They can do a lot for you, especially if they're that SP3. But if after you throw in the SP3, he's probably not going to charge at you anyway, just because of placement on the map, so you can utilize them. But if she loses her debuffs, I'm fine. I just want the Furies from having placed them at some point in time. I don't want him in Uru when I go to end this. I also don't want him to refine any form. So when he throws his specials, I'm going to do my best to knock him down, to make sure he doesn't refine anything. I don't want to take any extra damage from either of those refined forms. And so I'm just going to kind of play ball with him here. I'm not necessarily looking for any set intercepts. I'm not looking to set anything up. If one happens from playing, I'm fine with it. I'm happy. And then I'm eventually going to get to my SP3, make sure he's not in Uru form, right? And then we're just going to pound away on this fool. This happened to work out beautifully right there to punish it. My Haymaker was up, so I thought, well, might as well throw my special 3 instead of just kind of doing the dance with him, which I did in the last one. It was fine. It worked well. I wanted to be patient. But we're doing actually respectable damage, even with the protection up. Again, remember, this is a 7-star rank 2 Awakened here versus this poor little Absorbing Man. And I think right here is where I'm going to go for the intercept. Got a little aggressive there. I didn't need to, but that worked out well. It was fine, and I was pretty contented with it. And we're just going to be able to go and kill him off. This one's kind of odd. One of the things you haven't seen me notice is it's as if the this is another Carl fight where there's something happens. I'm a little unsure of. Is it looks like the protection from the node went away and then just never decided to come back. I don't know if that's like a stagger thing or something like that. If you know, and you can tell me, let me know. Like I said, my mindset getting into these fights was just get them done. I was just going to play through them. I felt confident I could solo them. I wasn't too worried about that. I didn't need them to be pretty, like I said. I just wanted to get them done. So that was the idea with Carl there. You can see Titania can handle him very, very well. Just make sure he's not an Uru. The reason being he has all that physical resistance. A lot of your damage with Titania is that additional physical damage. So that's why you don't want him in Uru when you're really going for the kill. And then this one, here's the irony on this one. I mean, Killmonger's been in the game forever. I used to use Killmonger to take out Medusa war bosses. This is a very long time ago, right? And so I felt very comfortable with his animations, but then this happened right there. And then you're gonna see it happen again, where I go to parry him and it just doesn't happen. That was stupid. There was no reason for me to go for intercept, and I kind of recognized it. I was like, okay, look, I'm a little too aggressive. This is my last fight of the war. I'm trying a little too hard to kind of have this like cool send off here for my alliance and have us just really get some nice momentum. If we get the win, we could really place highly in Masters. Now, we didn't know a lot at this point, but we knew we could get back into the Masters, and that's really where we belong. That's our goal. So after that, I was like, okay, I'm just gonna slow this down, slow my roll. I've got 5 minutes. All I really need to do is get an intercept once, maybe twice, and we'll handle this into my special 2, and we'll handle this Killmonger. So you can see I'm going for some of these backdrafts. Oh, right, yeah, this is reminding me. You know, I often talk about input issues, and I tell you that like a lot of it's like how I hold the phone or anything like that. I also think this. I think if you have like one thing go wrong in a fight, it can start to kind of mess with you, and then all of a sudden your timing is slightly off. And I think that's what happened to me here. I did have a couple oddities, and I'm not gonna blame input issues on this one. I think I missed that parry, and then I went to my special 3 when I didn't want to, and then I made a mistake. I think I dove in and attacked Killmonger after a special 1, which you really shouldn't do. And you know, I think I let it get to me a little bit, so I got a little nervous. So that's fine. I kind of settled myself down. Get to my special 3. Remember, Nimrod's got to heal off that special 3. You saw how much we just healed back, which was really, really comforting. It just slowed the pace of the fight down. I know Killmonger's animations, and Nimrod's a tanky boy. I am big boosted. I was kind of paying a little bit of attention to reverb if I could, but you know, I just wanted to get through the fight. This is my only fight with Nimrod. We've landed 1 intercept and through the special 2, and we should be baiting 1 more here. And then knowing me, I'm going to go for the intercept right here. It doesn't land. Pull back. There we go. That's me being impatient. But then I was able to land the intercept, so that's good. And I think that's going to pretty much do it if I remember correctly. Yeah. So Nimrod does big damage, big special 2, not against a mutant, tanky boy. You know, you've seen that with him before, but this was exciting. You know, I went in, showed my alliance what had happened. They were very, very excited. Took a photo of this, and it just started things off. Like, it just was a good feeling for us. Now, here's what you've tuned in for. I know Cassie is amazing. Remember, I pulled her and I was like, I instantly took her to rank 4 and made that video, got some stuff out, and then just wasn't able to play the game much the last 2 months. Get my wars done, move in, move out. But I'm using her now in Battleground. She's one of the main reasons I made it all the way to Celestial. And then my boy Crisp has just been owning it with his Cassie here, with his Cassie. We're in this fight here. This is against a main boss Sasquatch. This is a big, beefy Sasquatch. We need to win this war. We've dug ourselves a hole, but if we win it, we're gonna get back into Masters. You can see he's got the Mr. Fantastic pre-fights. Watch this. So he's done a fantastic job there. He's already got 7 of the power stings up. And he's gonna go in, throw his SP1. Now that's gonna land that really nice big taunt. I know some of you are like, wait, isn't that like bugged and what have you? And it is a little bit. We'll talk more about it in the Pure Cassie video, but the way they're fixing her, that really nice tankiness that you're getting from the taunt, and then the Inequity Mastery will actually be the same. You just have to make sure you spec into it, which I think is intended here for some of these Science Champions. All right, now, Chris has done a phenomenal job of making sure that Sassy's throwing a special 1. He evades this one, and he's gonna shrink down. Nice job. Gets a few more of the power stings up, and then he's got Wrath of Tanarak, and I think he's gonna go through a special 1. Remember, the Defender's combat power rate is significantly increasing your special 1. Cassie is exceptionally well made, right? That's like one of those things that really shows the designer thought through how you're actually using her, because you want your Defender throwing your special 1s, that SP1's putting the taunt up, making them more likely. Great job by Chris with staying strong, relying on the tankiness of Cassie here. Really nice job of the shrink down. Does it again. This is really nice. He's going to get up to, I think, 40 power stings. And you can see he's paying a little more aggressive. And this can happen when you know the champion you're using is ultra tanky. You can play a little bit more aggressive. And he's doing a phenomenal job here. All of the power stings get refreshed. Crisp uses it, the special one, to land his heavy, getting more power stings up. And I know we're going to get like a 50 some on power sting here. Here it is. 40 power stings up. Let's see what this does from our boy Sassy. 54,973. Now this is some really high level gameplay here from Crisp. This is phenomenal, doing a great job of utilizing his heavy off of these specials. It's part of why you're gonna see this pretty outrageous fight time here. I think Cassie could do this to a 7-star. I really do. Sasquatch, well, Chris might be saying like, I don't know if I want that. Actually, he's a pretty confident guy and deserves to be. So he probably does want that. If he does, I'd love to see it. I would have a supreme confidence in him finishing this off. But a Sasquatch main war boss in 2 minutes with Crisp and his Cassie Lang. Keep an eye out for more Cassie content coming from me. I've done a previous war video with her, and then I'm just gonna have her just destroying defenders in battlegrounds. We did come up on the winning side of this war. Let's go ahead and take a look at the season stats. I'll update you on our war season. All right, now I know how the season's gone. In War 11, nothing overly exciting happened, so I'm not gonna make a video on that, right? But SSX, we've climbed out of it. We're actually 6-4. Remember, one of the wars was canceled. It was a tough matchup for us. We were up against JA, so who knows how that one would have gone. But on the season, I have 54 kills, 1 death. I've used 13 total champions. Others came in for pre-fights. And then 3 boss kills. I have 3 boss solos with Titanium. I'm really excited about those. Have been fantastic. I believe I've put up each one of them. Maybe one of them I didn't. Atuma has gotten 1 defender kill. People are doing a nice job of attacking him. He's a great defender, though. Really making a difference for me in Battlegrounds. Current streak, I think, is at like 26. That one's really annoying death. Otherwise, I think we'd be closing in on 100. And as you can see, Titania has the lion's share of the fights for me this season. Nimrod's done some cool stuff. Omega Sentinel, I actually may make a video on that because the fights she has taken have been needed to take in a very specific way. And I know that these attacker and defensive tactics will continue to make their way throughout the war tiers. And I can see a lot of people wanting to take fights with her and then going sideways. So if you're interested in that, let me know, because I love her. I love Omega Sentinel, so I like making videos on her. And the way she had to take these fights was very specific. But once you knew them, she actually trivialized some pretty tough fights. MP Blaze and B McG, DLL, and Campo helped talk me through quite a few of those. Carl, Teddy, Fury, you all can obviously see the champions are up there. Thank you so much for watching. I love war. I love making these videos. Something new, unique, exciting happens, and I'm pumped up. It looks like SSX, it looks as though we've secured Masters, and going into our 12th and final war of the season, it looks like we actually have a nice chance to get right back into the top 10, which is where we've been previously. And then with the way it sounds like Kabam's going to work the war season, if we do that, we actually might get top 3 rewards. So it'll be a really fun opening. I hope the war season's gone well for you. I know I've been very frustrated with it at various times. I made the video on it and just kind of how it was handled. Ultimately, I was very pleased with the post that Kabam made. I felt like it was genuinely apologetic, and I felt like the steps they took showed they genuinely meant it. So I'm in a happy place as far as that is concerned. Thank you to my boy Chris for sharing that phenomenal fight, and then another Cassie video coming with a lot of gameplay from me, and then Chris let us have another of his masterpieces. I think you're going to be really excited to see it. Thank you so much for watching. Take care.